Hello everyone, I'm the Vacuuminator.
I'm Buster.
And this week in Toku, we're going to be discussing Ultraman rumors, all things Shin Kamen Rider, and Hasbro course correcting. But before all that, Buster, how you doing?
My eye is a bit itchy, but other than that, I'm fine.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it's like one eye. It's one eye. It's like that was kind of being itchy. It happens sometimes, but it's like,
Maybe take an allergy pill.
Probably. How are you doing, Mr. Cuminator?
I'm all right. It's been a pretty chill day. Got some housework done. I'm about halfway through editing this week's video, and just generally keeping up with stuff. Watching the entire Power Rangers fandom make a fool out of themselves yet again and give me PTSD.
Yeah, I like honestly, I've just Twitter in general. I think it's not even the Power Rangers side of Twitter that's being annoying me. Just all of Twitter is just being like, I'm really tempted to delete this app.
Social media do be that way, but
yeah,
I personally choose to be the last angry man standing, just fucking slamming my fist down on my desk at the back of the room.
Angry nerd.
You know what that's a reference to, right?
What?
The Last Angry Man. It's using angry in the meaning of passionate. I'm the last truly passionate person in this fandom, because I'm the only one capable of sensible discussion anymore, and I'm gonna fucking force the rest of you into being capable of it.
Mode, honestly.
Also, hi everyone, welcome to the show. Please support us. We are here on YouTube, so leave a like, comment down below with some thoughts on stuff that happened this week in Tokusatsu. Subscribe and ring the bell in order to enable notifications and get every future episode delivered right to your inbox. We're also on social media. You can follow us on Twitter at the Modular Media. You can join the subreddit r/Modular Media, and you can follow us on Tumblr at Modular Media. But that's all the plugging we got to do for this week. So let's get on to the news. And our top story this week is there's been a bunch of Ultraman Blazer rumors leaking out, because that's apparently the name they're going with. That's definitely happening now. There's a lot of stuff we could kind of go through this point by point, but the main thing is the toy line looks fairly similar to previous ones, but as far as the show goes, the current rumor is that there's only going to be one form, and there's not going to be a past Ultra gimmick, and there's going to be a bunch of original monsters, which is very interesting.
Yeah, now they've kind of been tiptoeing this in the Trigger and Decker stuff, because while they are based on past Ultraman, they don't have like they don't use past Ultra forms like Zed and Rube. So it's like that's interesting, and it's like one form.
But
that's
they're also direct homages to old Ultraman.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but like one form. You only get one form. That's crazy to think of, honestly.
Yeah, because they haven't done that since before fucking Jesus.
Even Mebius had like a couple. Yeah, even Mebius and Nexus had a few form changes. So it's like, yeah, it's getting crazy out. Like, they really want to tap into that Shin audience, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, of course, take this all with a grain of salt. It could prove to be wrong in a couple of days, but right now, this sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Also, fuck Ultraman Gaia, apparently. He doesn't get a homage show.
Yeah. I mean, hey, Gaia's already one of the more is considered the best part of the TTG trilogy. They probably was like, that's a hard follow-up, man. Yeah, because Gaia, like, I've been seeing a lot of love for Gaia, like, the show recently, like, more than Dyna and Tiga. Like, Tiga gets more, like, first Ultraman of Heisei love, I see, but Dyna, I don't see any really big praise, but Gaia, I see a lot of Gaia.
Okay, well, I guess that's one to check out at some point.
Yeah. Speaking of eventually we're gonna check out...
yeah, we got a trailer for Kamen Rider Outsiders Episode 3, because Episode 2 just came out, but it's not been subbed yet, so we're not going to talk about it this week. But Episode 3 looks really interesting, because they friggin' got Tachibana's actor back again. Say the meme, everybody. Type the meme in the comments. Go ahead and do it.
Tachibana-san!
Tachibana-san! Oh my god, he's here! And he's made a new driver. And also... fucking Bano's back, and we have yet another Kamen Rider Drive type speed repaint. Kamen Rider Bronze Drive.
Yeah, this seems to be based on the episode 0 suit, specifically with like the wheel piece.
Man, it's just I'm fully down for all these characters coming back. I'm interested to see what they'll do with them. Of course, you're never going to top Banno's original death, but my God, Type Speed it has been repainted so many times it might as well be a Transformer Seeker mold at this point.
Yeah, it's well, I mean, I don't blame him. Drive has one of the best base suits of like any Kamen Rider, in my opinion. So yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I love Drive. I've wanted a figure of Drive ever since the show came out, and I've just never gotten around to it.
Yeah, well, there is that new Figuarts if you want to delve into black magic.
Oh boy. But yeah, this looks interesting. Hopefully it'll be good when it comes out in July.
I hope episode 2 isn't a bunch of recap, and this one too.
Boy. Oh boy. Well, let's move into the watch our movie times, everybody, because we got a ton of Shin Kamen Rider news. First and foremost, somebody was checking around on the AMC Theater site, and they found that there is a United States showing of Shin Kamen Rider scheduled for AMC theaters in May 31st. Now, this isn't an official announcement. It's not 100% confirmed. This could be a placeholder date, but if anything, this is an indication that we are getting some form of English release, which I am very excited for, very happy about.
Especially so soon. Like,
yeah. Oh my God, are they gonna beat the Blu-ray to market?
They are. I think they are.
Let's go!
Let's hope they do. And speaking of crazy Shin Kamen Rider news that just kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, so there was like a press conference or a promotional event or something recently. I'm not 100% clear, but Anno basically said he's already working on a concept for a Shin Kamen Rider sequel. Toei hasn't agreed to do it yet, but he is working on a script for something called Shin Kamen Rider Masked World.
Now, there's two things that this could be. One, my initial thought was Kamen Rider World, like the Zeto and J special. No. I'll get more to this later in the show when I talk about me reading the Kamen Rider manga.
What if this is just a Shin-style clip show of all of Showa?
Well, that was... Yeah, the idea I had was, like, this could be, like, Kamen Rider Spirits kind of thing. But here's what I think it is. The final chapter of the Kamen Rider manga with the kid with leukemia. Because this is already taking so much from the Kamen Rider manga. So, like... And that's what the chapter is called. Masked World. And, like... The Shin series is already taking so much from the Kamen Rider manga. I wouldn't be surprised if they just decided, that story is already long enough.
Out of that.
Yeah, and I honestly, having read that, that's a good movie story. Like, if you could, like, mess around with, you know?
I think you'd need to tweak it a little bit to make it more of a satisfying ending, unless you're planning a trilogy. But, yeah. Oh, man, that would be crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because I'll get more to my thoughts on the Kamen Rider manga later, but, like, it's really good. So
yeah, here's hoping Toei picks this up and this actually happens, because I've been hearing good things about Shin, and obviously I'm looking forward to checking it out. Just like I'm looking forward to checking out the frickin' behind-the-scenes documentary, which came out this week, and we got a person on Twitter at the Yoko Higuchi was kind enough to do a full breakdown in English with a bunch of pretty screen caps. I've not read it yet. I'm actually right now, I'm gonna bookmark this real quick, and I will read it after the movie comes out, because there's a shit ton of spoilers in here.
Yeah, I'm like just skimming through it, and there's some really pretty pictures.
Yeah. Hopefully I remember where I put this after I see the movie.
Yeah, I mean, we'll just go back to this episode and be like, that's the link.
Oh, yeah. And now we get into merch times, everybody.
Oh, boy.
Starting off with everybody's favorite, waifu statues. HG Girls is doing a statue of the female lead from Shin Kamen Rider, Ruriko. Oh boy, don't that look like an animization of that live-action character.
I mean, the suit, I'd love to own that figure just because it's a really good design for, like, a character. But, like, also, that just feels a bit weird. Like, that's an actual actress, you know?
Yeah, I hope it sells well enough that they can justify doing a Figuarts like what happened with Izu.
Yeah. Speaking of Figuarts.
Yeah, okay, oh man. So Shin Kamen Rider, the SH Figuart, is going to be getting a wider release. They've announced they're doing a second run of it, which I believe is going to be more of like a general retail release, may even get some Team Kamen Rider distribution or something like that. And as a special bonus, they're going to include an unmasked head with this run, and there's a little bit of uncanny valleyness to it, but for the most part, I think the likeness is pretty spot on.
Yeah, like it looks like a figure form of that actor.
Yeah. So if you didn't already get the figure art, maybe keep an eye open for a pre-order of this version, as well as okay. So I'm just gonna say this again real quick. Fucking spoiler warning for Shin Kamen Rider.
Huge spoilers incoming.
Yeah, skip to like 5 minutes ahead if you don't want to hear spoilers for Shin Kamen Rider, because we're about to talk about SH Figuarts. Shin Kamen Rider #0 has been announced. Obviously, we don't know much about this character because we haven't seen the movie yet, but I've surmised from trailers and some synopses and stuff that this is the final boss. And I don't love this suit, but I don't hate it either. I think it's a pretty okay suit, and it looks really good as an SH Figuart.
I really love this suit. Oh my god, it looks so cool.
Yeah, because you're the blue boy.
Yeah, it's basically a blue variation. It's like, this guy has long hair, and apparently there'll be like hair pieces of like the show.
Yeah,
like,
there's an alternate head with the hair all flailed out.
Yeah, which is probably going to be something from the movie, given like how it is. But like, yeah, this looks super sick. And I'm really excited to see, like, what's his character's deal.
I do dig the butterfly pattern to the chest armor.
Oh yeah, it's very pretty and kind of gives, like, majestic, I am the transcendent final boss vibes.
Mm-hmm. Very Final Fantasy-esque.
Yeah.
And we have another figure of this guy. There's going to be a vinyl, as well as, I'm guessing, either a multi-pack or just a single release of Shocker Riders, because the Shocker Riders are in the movie too, surprise, surprise. And they've got a nice photo of what it would look like if you army built them. Oh boy, how nice. I don't care about vinyls too much, but I know there's people who do.
I'll probably get those vinyls, just because they're a cheaper option to have them on my desk.
Yeah, it makes sense. But that's going to do it for Kamen Rider news. Now let's go on to our one piece of Sentai news this week.
Oh boy.
Which is fucking Bandai pulling a Bandai. Fucking DX Goldon Momotaro is happening, which is literally or Goldon-Onitaijin. These fucking names, man. These fucking names really trip me up sometimes. But yeah, it's just the DX Don-Onitaijin, but with gold chrome.
And seemingly less detail?
No, that's the same amount of detail on that toy. The chrome is just washing the detail out.
Yeah. Not ideal. Not ideal.
I literally could not give less of a shit about this. I don't even remember this being a thing in the show. It might have been a thing in like one episode, and I just don't remember. But
I don't remember this being a thing either. I think this is just like maybe a concept of like, well, they could have done it with the Don Gold Momotaro, but they didn't.
Maybe this will be in the Versus movie.
Maybe we'll see.
Yeah. But one other thing to note with this is in the announcement tweet, Bandai also teased that they have 4 upcoming memorial items for Don Brothers that this is basically heralding. So people have been speculating on that, like probably it's going to be Don Torbolt's stuff, and maybe like some additional things here and there, maybe a memorial edition Don Morrisame saber thing, but all up in the air at the moment, and that's
doing Sonoi's stuff.
Oh yeah, do like a special Sonoi roleplay set.
Yeah.
Even though you can get his wrist chain.
Yeah. Well, they're just gonna re-release it or something.
Yeah. But now on to the big thing that everybody was talking about for like a day and a half. Moving into Power Rangers news, the Hasbro PR team sent out an email to everybody on their press list right at the same time. I believe it was Friday, which basically, or no, this was Saturday. But basically, it. Why don't I just fucking read it verbatim? Because I didn't do that on No Prize, because this affected No Prize as well. We wanted to share an update on packaging for Hasbro's 6-inch scale figures. Based on your feedback, we will be reintroducing windows and blisters to our 6-inch fan figures beginning later this year, into 2024 for select products across our portfolio of brands, including G.I. Joe Classified, Power Rangers Lightning Collection, Star Wars Black Series, and Marvel Legends. This will eventually expand to all our new 6-inch figure releases. The new windows and blisters will be made from bio-PET or recycled PET, helping us achieve our priority of meeting our fans' expectations for extraordinary packaging and superior design, while still developing packaging that minimizes waste and the use of virgin plastic. Thank you for being one of our biggest fans and for your continued support of Hasbro. So basically what this means is the windowless packaging that everybody has been griping about for months and months and months, hey, your fucking griping paid off. They're reneging on it.
Okay, now initially I was happy about this, but then like thinking about it and reading more, I'm like, this is a bad idea. I don't like this.
I think it's a decent compromise, because, like, we've talked about this several times on all of our programs here at Modular Media, but I was very much in favor of moving to plastic-free, though I acknowledge that it was probably more of a cost-cutting measure than anything, and I think a lot of people... especially once this was announced, TJ Omega actually put out a video talking about it, where he showed a bunch of examples of figure swapping that has happened since plastic free went into effect, and kind of opened my eyes to the fact that, like, yeah, this was a lot worse than I thought it. This affected things a lot worse than I thought it did. Like people just full on shoving phone books into boxes and returning the box and that sort of thing. Which is, of course, not optimal. But also, fucking sending plastic to landfills is not optimal. I applaud Hasbro for going for a, saying they're going to be using a type of plastic that is more biodegradable than the kind the figures is made out of, but it's still not great, and it comes off as really whiplashy considering we just got settled into the change to plastic free, and even the Lightning Collection wasn't fully settled into it, I think, because of all the quality control issues. I mean, in the long run, this might help minimize quality control issues because you can see into the box before you put the box in the shipping box, but, like, I don't know, man. It's at the end of the day, it's still the trash around the figure I'm actually interested in, so it's not the end of the world, but it's still not optimal.
Yeah, I just wish they would, like, invest in, like, just better quality control over just, hey, let's keep doing the same old, because people complain.
Not even better quality control. You know what is something Hasbro really should have done the moment they made Hasbro Pulse a thing? Have a fucking in-house parts replacement system.
Yeah.
I've talked about the harsh reality of the item or of equal or greater value system that they have a couple different times on this show, but, like, as much as I'm like, well, that's just how it is, I'll deal with it, I also still think it would be a lot better if we could just say, hey, I bought this figure, I'm missing this one thing, can you just send me this one thing? Like, you know, other toy companies like Lego fucking have.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there. Just putting that out there on the off chance a Hasbro rep is listening. A parts replacement system would be much Welcome. Okay, let's get on to some positive news with Power Rangers, because just today, we got our first clip from Once and Always, released by the Power Rangers Twitter account and Netflix, which is just over 40 seconds long and appears to be from semi-early on in the special, I would say, and shows that these writers fucking know what they're doing, because they explained how they're going to be using the dino powers again in this special in the most simply brilliant way possible: proxy power coins.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice. It's a nice throwaway line. I was more like, oh, they're putting memes in here because they put the too much pink energy line.
Which, that's nice. I would expect a lot of winks and nods to the fandom in this, so it's nice to see that that's happening. And also, I will say, I like Walter Jones' performance a bit better based off of this clip than I did off of the trailer, because I know I was a little harsh on him.
Yeah, they all sound like pretty normal, just pretty natural here. So.
Yeah. And we've also gotten our requisite shit ton of Once and Always behind-the-scenes content this week. We got Catherine Sutherland walking into the new Command Center set for the first time. We've got a bunch of photos from David Yost. We've got a rehearsal clip from Charlie Kesh where she's doing a stunt with a putty suit actor. And we have from Catherine Sutherland a video of them taking the cast photo that came out back during that fan stream time. And one interesting little thing about this, they actually were trying to hide the Yellow Ranger thing back then, because in the cast photo, Charlie Kesh's suit is like a red and white gradient, but here it's just straight up a yellow sweater. So that's probably going to be what it actually looks like in the special, because it doesn't look like there's been any altering to this video. So, good effort there on trying to keep spoilers to a minimum. But not so good effort here, because thanks to Hunter Dino on Instagram, we have what might be a sneak peek of what the Rangers' ship in Cosmic Fury is going to be looking like, because she shared a photo of a bunch of badges that the cast got, one of which is just like a Cosmic Fury lightning bolt thing, one of which is some Rangers streaking through the night sky, and the other is what looks to be the kind of ship that you would expect to appear in a modern Power Rangers production as a CG model, flying through space, and it's not a ship we've seen before, so it's probably the ship that the Rangers are going to be living out of in Cosmic Fury, I would imagine.
I'm looking at these like things a bit closer. Okay, so the Thunderbolt was Dino Fury, and then the second one's the 30th anniversary special.
Oh,
so Cosmic Fury cast gonna appear there, or in some way.
I didn't even think about that. Good catch, Buster.
Yeah, like I'm just analyzing the text on these, and also like the Cosmic Fury ship. There's a bit of the Orion from Q-Ranger in it, but I don't think it is the Orion from.
Oh, it looks a lot more generic than that to me, but
yeah, I mean, it's a nice ship. It's a nice ship, but like I don't know.
Yeah. But no, interesting stuff to note. Obviously, we're going to be talking a lot more about Power Rangers in the next couple of weeks, because Once and Always is a little over a week away. So we'll not be talking about it next week, but the week after that. Again, subscribe, ring the bell, stay tuned. But that is all the news that's fit to print. So, Buster, why don't you take us on to the new releases?
All right, Kamen Rider Geats, episode 30, Lamination 6, The Prince Within Those Letters.
This episode almost broke me, dude.
This episode was really good. Like, I've been, like, on board saying the last few weeks of Geats have kind of been, like, not hidden for me. These last 2 weeks have, like, been like, yes, we are back, baby.
Fully just diving into those themes of, like, yeah, everybody's wants and desires matter, but you have to stand up and fight for them in order to get them. And just showing that reflected through, like, every character in this episode, from Nago herself, to Kyun, to Ace, to friggin' Baraba and Nago's dad. Really, really strong character writing this week, I thought.
Yeah. Like Nago's plot, like some may complain it's like, oh, like a lot of her development ties with Kyun, which is like, oh, that's a bit like weird, that like that's not as strong of a female character, right? But I still think they complemented each other well. Like,
and I mean, like at this point, it's pretty obvious that the show is heading towards them ending up together, him being the genuine love she was always looking for. And I think if you want to make that believable by the end of the show, you have to start seeding it now.
Yeah. Or even just like I don't, maybe they won't go full blown of like that is her love interest, but like I just maybe thinking like he will help guide her to a path to get genuine love, you know?
Yeah, he literally does this episode by becoming her fucking steed.
Yeah, like basically he like basically it's like a friendship thing where it's like you help each other out to get stronger or something. I don't know.
I could see it possibly being written that way.
Yeah, I don't know. Like again, like the I don't know. There's a lot of ways it can go, but like I really liked when it was done, and like the moments where just Nago's like beaten down, it's like, dang, that hit hard. Like,
oh yeah, the scene where she runs away again, and like she's just on the street with her bags, not knowing where she's gonna go. I almost started tearing up. That the Nago's actress really sold that scene.
Yeah, that's. Like, this is a really well-written character. Like, I feel like Nago's been underdeveloped since, like, the first arc, because I feel like outside of the first arc, she's gotten cute moments, but she hasn't really gotten any, like, big character moments that I'm, like, attached to, even if she's given stuff to do. But this is, like, yeah, now we're back to that first arc greatness, you know?
Also, hats off to the writers and the actor for last episode making her dad seem incredibly sympathetic to me, and then this episode he's just an utter bastard.
Like, they're towing the line between sympathy and bastard with this guy, like, and it's like, yeah, this dude, he's a complicated dude, but he doesn't deserve our sympathy, you know?
It's like we thought he was the good parent, and it turns out there just isn't a good parent. They're both fucked up fuckers.
Yeah. Oh, that scene of the mom. Oh,
as soon as she pulled out the ID core, I was like, oh fuck, here we go.
Yeah, and like, God, it's also Kyun. I always liked Kyun, but I'm glad they're like he got like fleshed out and
he got stuff to do.
Yeah, like, I always liked him just because he's just a fun personality, but, like, now he gets to do things, and I hope he gets to stick around for a couple more episodes, did he get booted off this? I forgot.
No, he's still gonna be there.
Okay.
He didn't decide to fuck off to the future like Gene.
Yeah. Oh, man, will we see Gene again?
I hope he comes back for, like, the final couple episodes.
Yeah, it's like a little congrats, Geats, or some shit like that. Oh, speaking of Geats, he and Buffalo, like, they're kind of doing the same old shtick, but it's a good same old shtick, you know?
Heated drama between men.
Yeah, very much so. And it's like, I love Ace being like, you're just the same as Baboa, and it's like, and Buffalo's like, no, I'm not. I swear I'm not.
He literally says, like, no, I plan to take the whole DGP down. Like, it's not just a Kamen Rider grudge anymore. I think this whole system is corrupt and needs to go. And Ace has this look on his face like, oh, well, in that case, maybe I'll try working together with you on the side here now.
Yeah, I feel like because now we're in the 30s, we're like, any time moment now, the final form's gonna show up. So, like, and it's based on next episode's preview, it's like, oh, they're gonna do some stuff with Ace, especially.
Yeah, based on next episode preview, which, by the way, I'm a little upset that we're not gonna. If by the look of that episode, it looks like there might be a little focus for him, but I don't think like we got a straight up Nago arc these last two episodes. I don't think we're gonna get a straight up Tycoon arc, which is disappointing. Yeah. But with the Ace stuff that they're teasing, which. It's one of my only two nitpicks with this episode. I feel like we didn't need that reveal right at the end of this episode. You could have saved it till next week.
Yeah.
But the way they're teasing next week's episode, I'm going to make a prediction, because we don't have a leak for it yet. The final form is Geats' goddess form.
Well, like, because we basically, like, Geats already has 5 tails, and we expect him to get 9 tails for his final form. And I think the 9 tails is a god, so
his mom gives him the additional 4 tails he needs.
Yeah, that would be so. We'll see. Very interested. Although it feels like we just got Laser Boost, so it's
it does. They do another big fight scene showing it off this week, and was this another Sakamoto joint, or is he off to something else now?
Let me look at who directed this episode.
Because this week's episode came off to me like somebody really trying to be Sakamoto, but not understanding how to make all that action flow together.
I am looking at the wiki. Give me a second. Apparently the Kamen Rider wiki doesn't want to show up right now.
Oh, wow. Way to go, Kamen Rider wiki. Another one of your endless blunders.
It was Teruyuki Sugihara.
Interesting. I usually like that guy, but this week I felt the action was a little lacking.
I mean, that's probably just because they had this shitty CG Q form, so...
Actually, that bit I thought was okay. It was more the scene where, like, Ace is messing with gravity and stuff like that, and the camera is flying over and in between people like crazy, and I just couldn't keep track of what was going on between shots.
I see. Also, we're getting a Ryuta Takashi joint next week, so that's very exciting.
Oh, yeah, let's go. But yeah, this week's episode was really, really good. My only complaints about it is we didn't need that last scene reveal this week. And also, where the hell are Ben and John? I really feel like they should have been at least present for this arc.
Yeah, maybe they just, I don't know, maybe the actor scheduling conflict or something.
Possible.
Yeah. Also, this is apparently next week's is Ryuta Takashi's first Geats episode. So.
Ooh, how about that?
Old stuff and toys.
King-Ohger.
Oh, I forgot. Oh, why did I forget?
I forgot Super Sentai exists.
Yeah. Also, I was at King-Ohger, episode 6, Return of the Prince. I think that kind of sums up because this is kind of the weakest episode to me so far. It's not a bad episode, but it just kind of feels like reestablishing what we already know.
It's kind of just a repetition of all the story beats so far and just showing you what a regular episode is going to look like now that we have been introduced to the full cast.
Yeah. And, there's bits I like. I like getting more of the villains, like the little slimy secretary guy. He's great. The voice actor went nuts with his delivery.
I liked seeing the citizens of Shogaden, but I wish they weren't so one note outside of the two kids who are friends with Gira.
Yeah. And Hercules, he's a bastard, but
he's a super duper bastard, because they fucking say, oh, Gira was kidnapped as a kid, and they hushed up his whole existence so the family wouldn't be embarrassed. I'm willing to bet Recadecabecabus, he arranged for Gira to be kidnapped.
Oh yeah, 100%. We're gonna see something about that on the YouTube special that's coming up.
Yeah.
And
which this whole fucking episode, I was sitting there like, so you're gonna you got the sword now. Are you gonna transform? When are you gonna transform? Are you gonna fucking any minute now, motherfucker? And he just doesn't.
Yeah, that's kind of disappointing, but I guess they want to save it for that's his last resort if when Gira gets King-Ohger back.
They're probably waiting another week or two, and there's going to be a big episode where he transforms and fights the team, and that will also be the week that repaint of the sword and that repaint of Kuwagata God go up for pre-order.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, probably they're just well, we can't do it now. We gotta make the toys. We gotta,
We're still selling through the first batch.
Yeah. Trying to think. Yeah, this is a fine episode. There's some cute characters. I like how every character except Dabowski. Dabowski got shafted in this episode.
What? Are you kidding? He has a bunch of moments of sucking up to Reculus.
Oh yeah, that I don't know why I forgot that, but I guess everyone else got a moment by themselves, but Dabowski was just kind of always with Reculus in my mind,
Yeah, he stops Gira from killing him along with Rita, and then at the end of the episode, he's the one who hands Reculus God Scorpion.
Yeah, so yeah, he's total I just do what the Mario says. I just do what the thing says. I just vibe it. I just want to survive.
By the way, I gotta say, I love how Rita is meant. They're meant to be the supreme justice judge person, and yet they even have moments of just rolling around on the floor oh no, everybody's gonna be mad at me, but I didn't know. What am I gonna do?
Yeah, that was a really cute scene. Oh man, that was so fun. Yeah, and even Yanma and what's her name? Ran.
Himeno
Ran. Yeah, Himeno got some like just neat character moments to do. You really feel like this team is divided.
Was it just me, or did it look like she had a different wig?
Oh, she did.
Okay.
And like it's based on next episode's preview, she's gonna have like different suit, which real fits her like fashion. Like she's gonna have different wigs, different.
Oh my god, I'm so fucking. This writer is catering directly to me because we're already getting another Himeno focus episode next week.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun. And it's like it makes sense because Himeno and Yama are like the two like on most bored with Gira right now. Like Rita and Dabowski are kind of like half and half on him. Yeah, this is like it was a fine episode. Some neat action. It just kind of felt like we're just kind of reestablishing what the show. It
feels like an epilogue to the opening meeting the characters arc.
Yeah, but not a strong one. I think like it didn't really feel like it just felt like I'm just like here is what we're planning next. Enjoy next week.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not bad. It's still really good. King-Ohger has been consistently good. I feel like it's just this episode was slightly weaker.
Yeah, it makes sense because we just had those big, strong character focus, and now we're like settling into the status quo.
At the end of the day, Toei is still out here cooking hard.
Yeah, like I'm really excited to see what the future of this show has, especially when we get Reculus actually transforming. That'll be fun.
All right. Now we can go on to old stuff and toys, and I'm just going to go ahead and jump you, Buster, and say I did watch 2 more episodes of Mega Ranger this week. They were completely forgettable. I don't remember what happened in them at all.
Yeah. That kind of happens. Like, that's why I usually wait for me to finish a show before talking about it on here.
Yeah.
And speaking of...
Yeah, go ahead. Talk about the thing that I flipped out about several weeks ago.
Yeah, I think like a months ago at this point, but Kamen Rider manga, I read it because it's been on my shelf forever, and I'm like, I need to read books. Okay, what do I have? I have the Go Ranger manga, I have the Kamen Rider manga. Let's just read the Kamen Rider manga. It's like 900 chapters.
The friggin' Gem and the Holograms walked into your room and went, learn how to read.
Yeah, I mean, I do know how to read. I was reading Dragon Ball earlier, but back to Kamen Rider. I really like this a lot, especially as someone who's read the 1971 series. And boy... Vac, you're ready for Shin. Honestly, you're ready for Shin because this is where most of Shin's influence is coming from.
Maybe
from what
I've seen. I should reread it then, or like I should skim it before Shin comes out.
Oh yeah, it sounds like
because it's been a minute.
Yeah, good idea. Now, while there is retellings of like the first few episodes, there's still a lot of like new interesting stuff. Like Hayato in this manga is basically like he worked for Shocker. And then he has a change of heart, which is seemingly what Shin is going for. And then like there's a lot of like violence, and like Ishinomori's art is like god tier. Like
didn't they also try and do something like that in the first?
I have not watched the first yet. I will watch it before.
Oh, buddy, we got to do a movie night.
Oh yeah, I want to watch the first and the next before Shin comes out in America. So
okay, then sometime before that happens, we need to work out like a movie night in your Discord server or something.
Yeah, we'll just watch Kamen Rider the first, and I'll just be flabbergasted of like this isn't Batman Begins.
We should do them both because I haven't seen the next yet.
Oh yeah, we'll figure out time. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. I know like the ending is a bit depressing. But I kind of like the message it overall leaves you off. Like, yeah, it's a bit weird of like how like depressive and inconclusive. But the last speech, like while it's a bit rushed, I think it like leads to a nice thematic cohesion of like this is the ideals Ishinomori wanted to get out there. You know, like it's like yeah, the villains are destroyed, but there's still more work to be done. You know,
definitely.
And they still caused a lot of chaos and havoc that like will take some time to repair and like heal from. So. Yeah, and like there's like weird bits in it, like Hongo being a brain, like that was a bit of out of nowhere. And then he just kind of comes back out of nowhere. But yeah, I generally enjoyed this a lot. Like Ishinomori's like a really good artist. Like
oh yeah, all the splash pages are tremendous.
Yeah, there's even like just character expressions. Like I love how Taki is drawn in this book. He's a bit of a goofy guy, but he's still like a very charming guy. You know.
God, we need a new like Taki Kazuya type character in the modern era. I feel like the last time we had anyone even remotely like that was Genpachi in Drive.
And even that, I think like early Banjo before he became Cross was kind of like that. But yeah, I love this manga a lot. I'm really excited. I might make a video on it before V3. We'll see. I'm still debating on it, but like maybe I'll just include it with like all the Kamen Rider mangas from the Showa era, like Black and Spirits. But like that's just like a still thinking about it. But I do want to talk about it eventually.
Yeah, that's also a real task you're setting out for yourself there.
I can read Spirits. I just need to finish. I need to finish everything from ZX because like that's basically everything. Yeah, I know. I have a lot of things to do in terms of Kamen Rider reviews, but you can find that on the Buster Corp YouTube channel. Like, comment, subscribe. I just did a video on Dogengers, and Vac liked it, so you will. And we'll talk about Dogengers next week when Metropolis gets subbed. So
yeah.
I'm also on Twitter at BusterBoy3, Tumblr at Busters Corp, Patreon exists. Go do the things, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I am the Vacuuminator. I make weekly videos about tokusatsu and other things that interest me. You can find all that at youtube.com at the Vacuuminator. I'm also on TikTok posting clips of my older videos at the _Vacuuminator. I'm on Instagram posting daily action figure photography at the _Vacuuminator. And I'm on Twitter at the Vacuuminator and on Tumblr, thevacuuminator.tumblr.com. So you can go there to follow me for random thoughts and shit. But folks, that's gonna do it for this week in Toku. I know it was a short one, but I think it was a sweet one, so I hope you'll join us back here next week for whatever happens that week in Tokusatsu.